fans to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Down. 90 Wolf. I don't think you got it. Hey, lock it. Patch it. Go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number one from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Here we go. Check pass. Check pass.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, you've told me before, it's great to be an athlete. A lot of great athletes out there. It's good to have instincts, and he has those.
I would take those above athleticism in a lot of cases, because if you know where the ball's going before anyone else can get there and block you, you can make up for a lack of athleticism by being in the right spot at the right time.
And took him down in the backfield with those instincts. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. So first and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. They're going to look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And some room to work. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camp, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they should?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That one caught out wide by Boykin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he fields it cleanly. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, boom, boom. That's the run.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Anthony Averett picks it. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
30 base. Rock it. Blue down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
First down, Lions.
Here we go. Set. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
On the ready.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 9 now. His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
51 for Mike.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Point after now from Catanzaro. And it is now 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 3 on the play, and it's a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on, now. Hey, wahoo!
51, Mike. Mike 51. Drop deep.
Go, Mike 51.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how
and under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I follow it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Watch the call. Watch the call.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touch. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw here. And his throw is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll drop the throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. The 40. The 20. 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit more respectable. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Tucker with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Check 26, check 20. 80 weapon. Bravo. Yo,
Second and 1. This will be caught by Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Go. Get it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Let's go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Switch out to go.
He'll look to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it third down.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball? Fire.
They're going to look to throw. Keeps himself upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Tucker's kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Kenny Young, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
We go! 18 Gator.
You don't want none.
Check, look at me. Door. Hey, Echo. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Watch the run. Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. I got you.
On the ball.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Watch twist.
2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll set up the throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2000...
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
You must be dreaming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mike 51. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Hey, defense, let's go.
Ready?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Then his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He finds Taylor, complete. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.